Hello guys, welcome to London Players Guild. This week we have for you Graded. My name is Peter and I'm joined here by Scott, our lovely guild master.
I'm currently in a field, Peter.
Good.
I'm currently in a field. There's a mountain.
You're still in that field, you still haven't found your way home.
No, my dad blew up the moon.
You should have
happening.
stopped. You shouldn't have been playing with your tail. That's why he blew up the moon.
I'm sorry, Peter. I am not a cat. That's still my favourite thing on the internet this week. So yes, Graded, Peter. What is Graded?
Graded is where me and Scott are having too much time on our hands and we look at the cards from a brand new expansion. We go color by color and then odds and bits at the very end. And then we give a grade, how we feel each color feels respectively, based on gameplay, design, or how we feel about the lore, flavor, etc. I still regret that Dragon Ball doesn't have flavor text.
Ah, I know, right? But then again, where would they fit it on some of these cards?
Vanguard manages.
The back.
Vanguard manages, but yeah.
And to be fair, they have smaller cards as well, so...
Yeah, and bigger artwork.
You know what? I make my own flavor.
So yeah, today we are looking at Battle Evolution Booster yellow cards.
I'm really excited for yellow.
Have you looked at yellow yet?
I've seen bits and bobs. I know what's in it, but I've not done a deep dive because, like I say, I'm trying something new in this graded. I'm trying to have my initial reaction on stream. There are a few cards that I've read, obviously.
Gina,
yeah,
the new super combo.
I'm excited to get into it. So what have we got first, Peter?
First we have a leader, and it's actually kind of a reboot. So we have a yellow version for Android 13 with 14 and 15 alongside them.
Mm-hmm. And all three, right? That's cool.
So we have auto choose one green or yellow Android card in your hand and discard it. When discard attacks, draw 2 cards. We have seen this skill on Android 16, a similar skill on Android 16. This one is here, I think, mostly because Android 13 absorbs from the drop.
Yeah, 14 and 15 need to be in the drops.
Yeah. And also, when your life is 5 or less, and you have Android 14 and 15 in your drop, you may draw 1 card, switch up to one of your energy to active mode, then flip this card over. I have an issue with this.
Okay.
Mostly because it's both. It's not only... It's like King Vegeta. You need to have life low, and you need to have the field on board. Here you need to have life low, and have the 14, 15 in a drop. If you have not seen them, and you're playing against Vegex, which on turn 2 is trying to kill you, you can't awaken. You're stuck in 10k.
There's that. There's also Toe is a thing. So if this card ever became meta relevant, Toe would be a good side choice for it. And also Shroom and Salsa could also take this out.
If you play against a rogue matchup against Shroom, you are not happy.
No, you are not. But otherwise, still cool. Still cool flavor-wise, anyway.
And I like that because essentially what he awakens into, and we can go into that, is the Super Android 13, the Unstoppable.
He loses the other characters. I think that's the first time we've seen that on a leader. We've seen leaders gain
character, not lose character. No, we have seen lose character on Baby. On the front side is Vegeta GT / Baby, on the back side is just Baby.
It's in here. Yep, you're right. Totally right. But it's still weird to see. I love it. It adds a little bit to the card, and I don't think many people care about that other than me.
I think the flavor-wise, it's good, but I would prefer it to be ore.
Yeah, I could totally take that. So when it attacks, draw a card. You know, that's standard.
Yeah, it's what we expect at this point.
Being able to draw, good card effect.
Yeah.
Also, once per turn, when one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode is placed in its owner's drop area by one of your skills, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and discards it. Not terrible. I actually kind of like that effect.
The thing is that it needs to be in rest mode and it needs to be one of your skills.
That is a downside, but it's also either turn, right?
Yeah, it is either turn. It's once per turn during either player's turn. It works in... It's interesting. It's a yellow leader that discards.
That's true. It feels very green.
Yeah, it feels green. I don't know why it's yellow. I think it has something to do that we got Android 14, 15 in yellow some time ago. So
Yeah,
they're just
set
trying to
9?
bridge the gap.
Set 9. It was set 9.
I think so. But yeah, they're
Yeah.
trying to bridge the gap here. I know
Yes,
the
it was
original 13 was green.
Yeah, 13 was a successor card in Universal Onslaught. Or it had a green, yellow, multicolor card.
I don't think it was a successor. Might be wrong.
And Super 17 might have been a successor card.
Super
I'm thinking
17
of, but
was definitely a successor. It was a 9-drop successor.
But 13 was definitely in there. Do you want to quickly check that up while I run through the Activate battle?
Yeah.
So the Activate battle is once per turn, send one Android 14 card and one Android 15 card from your drop area to your warp. Choose one of your leader cards or Android cards, and it gets 5k for the battle. So this is a built-in Senzu Bean that will proc off because it's 14 and 15.
Oh, there was Android 13 that was a successor, but it was weird cost because it was 7-drop.
But it's still a green-yellow, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a successor.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, what do you make of this built-in bean effect? I think this is super interesting.
Sorry, send from your drop to your warp, just one of it. It's... The fact that you can also give it to your battle cards.
Yeah, I think it's super interesting. It's super versatile for sure.
Ooh, no. Wait, no, yes, no?
Peter's thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay.
I actually do need to pull this up on the database, believe it or not.
That's fine, I'll cut this
There we go.
downtime.
Okay, never mind. I thought that it had different type of brackets and it was checking for card with Android in the name.
Oh, right, okay.
Because
So,
it doesn't look like that on the card that I managed to snag from the website.
I can see where you're coming from. A built-in bean on a leader, and you're definitely going to have 14 and 15s in your drop to warp at this point if you're awake.
Because you need to awaken, right? And there is a lot of them that you need to play.
I really do like it. I think it's interesting.
But it also takes away from your Union Absorb abilities, and you have quite a few Union Absorb skills.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. It also doesn't really help against Dark Broly,
Yeah.
which is one of the most prominent decks in the format right now. Again, I like it. I kind of want to see where this deck goes, because from time to time we have seen the original Android 13 leader pop up into metas. It has had that potential, so I wonder if this will be the same.
I mean, it had that potential because it has essentially a built-in critical for the turn.
That's true. I mean, we also can't underestimate the fact that this allows for Cell X players, and Cell X is a very strong card.
Yeah. I want to see someone build this actually around the Unending Distraction Android 13, the 7-drop from set 3. Because that was a cool card to play with.
There was a card that let it get turboed out, right?
Yeah, you essentially wanted to... Well, turboed out back then was turn 5.
Back in the good old days.
Yes.
We'll eventually get to that point.
When you play that card, you KO one of your opponent's battle cards. Or your opponent KOs one of their battle cards. And when one of your opponent's battle cards is placed in the drop area from any area by any of your skills other than the skill that I'm talking about right now, your opponent discards a card. So the trick was to have 2 of those on board.
Because then they would proc each other, right?
Yes, they would proc each other if your opponent discarded a battle card.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think there could be some fun synergies with it.
I think there is something that lets you play Android 13 4-drop from the drop. So you can Union Absorb very quickly into that.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I might play around with a deck build first.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you'll see it in untapped potential, but I think I genuinely think there could be something really fun here.
Shall we move on before we continue on?
Yeah, Super 17.
The Unison Super 17 Energy Absorber.
Only a 1 cost.
Yeah, and 5,000 power. But if you have 5 or more Android cards in your drop area, this card gets plus 10,000 power during your turn.
important to note that it's only your turn.
Yeah, it's only during your turn.
That
But it
would be
has
cool.
+2 skills, so sounds alright.
It's gonna stick around if it's got +2. It makes it you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So play up to one. Place up to one green or yellow android card with an entry cost of 4 or less from your deck in your drop area. Shuffle your deck. This is huge. This
Yeah.
is such a huge effect.
It essentially lets you mill any android, green, yellow android,
Consistency.
with cost
It-
4 or less. It's really good for Android 13 leader for
Yeah.
the awaken skill.
There's a lot of potential uses for it. Like I said, the union absorbs.
Yeah.
If you're missing one, because that was a huge problem. You'd have one, you'd miss the other. This kind of just be like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry
It can
about
set
it.
you up. Then you had the paired up 14-15, which you can discard to draw a card.
Yes, that's very true.
And-
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, no, and I was gonna say it's got a -5 activate main. Choose all your opponent's battle cards and get their skills for a turn.
It's a
Interesting.
shame
Don't think
it's
ever-
choose, because if
Yeah.
something has barrier, you can't go around it, and it's still there, annoying, and
I think it's interesting. I don't think it's ever gonna see much of use. I think it's there.
I
It's
think
nice
it's
that
going to be
there.
seeing use in Android 13, unless you're going to see like an awful lot of the other 14 and 15 being played in it.
Yeah, that's true. I think we can move on.
Yep, Android 14, the mission begins. It's a 1-drop, 5,000 power. When this card is played, you look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck, you add 1 green or yellow Android with cost 4 or less to your hand, essentially.
Yeah.
It's a
Do you know
check
what,
top 5.
Do you know what this is really great at showing? How annoying Yellow Slug was. This is just perfect support. I love this. Like it's a mix of both. Whereas Slug was like, you choose one, or you choose the other.
Yeah, the
no.
yellow that they gave in the draft box was so out of place.
But
And
it's
the
neither
fact
here
is
nor
that
there.
this is still supporting the same strategy. Whereas Slag went 180.
And crisscrossed and
Yeah.
Slug did things in that draft box. But yeah, I love the consistency here. Again, you're probably like this. Like you're guaranteed to hit on this. I feel.
It's nice to see that they are branching out from the old thinking that they had at the beginning. They put androids in green, so androids always need to be in green.
Yeah.
Because that was
I
early
agree.
game mechanics. Now
Yeah,
we have
I-
androids in 3 colors. We don't have red androids yet. Oh, we had Android
we
17,
do.
I
Got
guess.
Android 17.
Yeah, but we didn't have an archetype for androids.
Oh no. Huh?
Then we go into Android 15. The mission begins. So another
Oh,
1-drop,
okay,
4,000
man.
power. If your leader card is yellow or Android 13, it's nice that you can use it in Mecha Frieza.
Versatility.
When this card is played, you choose one. Either you draw one card, or your opponent chooses one of their battle cards, switches it to rest mode, and if that card has a cost of 2 or less, you KO it.
I really like that. I really like that.
It's really good.
For a 1-drop, it's awesome.
You either force your opponent to rest something so you can attack into it, or you force your opponent to rest something and kill it,
Which also procs your leader.
if you're already awakened.
Yeah, that's true. I like it. I
it's a
think
good
it's
card.
fun. There's a lot of weenies like C plus. This is
I would
great.
say that this card is going to be a really good answer for...
Skillless.
Besides skillless.
Okay.
I was thinking of Dark Power Black Mask Saiyan.
Ooh, that is a really good out to it. That
Because
is a
usually they have
great
only
shout.
that on board and you play this.
And they keep it in active mode. Yeah, really
Yeah.
good shout. Actually, really good. Yeah, I can see this being teched into yellow cards, yellow decks anyway, just to deal with that.
Yeah. Any
Oh,
yellow leader, you
oh
don't
my
need to
God,
have
this is
mono yellow
great.
energy.
This is
Sorry?
great for Shadow Dragons.
In Shadow Dragons or against Shadow Dragons?
For Shadow Dragons.
How?
So, because Dark Mass Saiyan messes up with it.
Oh yeah, sorry, Shadow Dragons would love to use this, yes.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So I would throw this in my sideboard, actually.
Definitely, this is a sideboard card. This is anti-sideboard card.
Really cool. Really
Yeah.
cool card, actually. I'm convinced. I was like, it's cool, but now I'm convinced it's actually very cool.
Next we have Mecha Frieza Full Assault.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sad. I'm going to tell you why I'm sad.
Yeah.
Launch got some support.
Hmm.
And Yellow Frieza got Bugger All.
Oh,
I really enjoyed that Yellow Frieza deck from set 12. And
I
we
think
have a
it's just such an
support
awkward
here
deck.
for Mecha Frieza.
I think it's just such an awkward deck, that archetype, that I think it will require an anniversary box type of support to get it working.
So, full drop, one specified yellow, 15,000 power, 0 cost, 5k combo. For 1 yellow, if your leader card is mono yellow and it's your opponent's turn, when you activate a yellow extra card, play this card from your hand, and you can't play copies of this card for the turn.
Makes sense.
When this card is played, you look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck and add mono yellow extra card to your hand, then shuffle your deck.
This is really good, actually. Consistency, finding the cards you need. I like it.
The card is stupid. Because you can play it turn 1.
Oh, yeah, if you just don't tap your energy and...
Yeah, if you don't tap your energy, your opponent goes in for a swing, for example, and you go, I don't know, time magic from the top of my head.
If it's Vegek, you Nimbus them.
Or you Nimbus them, yeah. And then you go into this.
Yeah.
And then you add another Nimbus to your hand. And your opponent is sad.
Feels bad, man.
So yeah, there is lots of options to do with this. Or worst case, you can play it turn 2 with U9 Assemble.
Yeah.
Next one is, this one was on the notes, so we have already seen this one. SS Free Son Goku, even further beyond.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, now that we've seen all of the swap stuff, it's weird.
It is weird. It's a 4-drop that goes into a 5-drop for free energy. If you have 3 or more energy. This is... Are we going into an area where we're going to have energy that gives... cards that give more than 1 energy?
I mean, I think that's what it's future-proofing against.
Or are we getting a ramp for mono yellow?
I mean, we could see a Kai. A Kai, like South Kai, but for yellow. It's weird, man.
It is weird. It has barrier. It's fine. It goes into 5-drop, which is like
Swap's in a weird place. Like, I thought this set would like align it, but it's kind of just done its own thing, and I don't think we've seen the full picture yet of what they're going for.
Are we getting a new secret for Goku's lineage?
Maybe a reprint of Awakened Power, right?
Oh yeah, they need to fix that because the Awakened Power has the mistake on its text. It doesn't say Goku's lineage.
That's true. It needs and a heroine tag.
Activate main, 1 yellow if all of your energy is mono yellow and you choose 1 Goku lineage in your battle area with cost 2 and return it to your hand. You play this card from your hand and add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. You can't play copies of this card for the turn. So you can essentially force a swap from 2 to 4 for 1 energy.
Is scrambling Goku's lineage?
Yes.
It is.
Yes, because you can play it into Bardock.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is. It's been so long since I've played it.
Yeah.
So I think there's something there.
Yeah, you go Grandpa Gohan into scrambling, then 1 energy.
Yeah,
into
I
this.
think that's the play. I don't know. Like, I was never the biggest fan of Swap. I was a Jiren player at the time. Swap was a thing.
Yeah.
So I.
To be fair, Swap was never really a thing.
Yeah, Storm kind of just.
It was Storm, which was using 1 card for Swap and 1 card for Goku's lineage.
And then Super Shenron was when.
There was a Broly deck that was using the Path to Divinity.
Ooh, I can't remember its name now. But I think that sounds right.
Yeah, it was Son Goku Path something.
Wait, Path to Greatness.
Path to Greatness, thank you.
Yeah,
so it was using that on turn 3 into turn 4, Height of Mastery into Awaken into Victory Strike.
Yeah.
That's what the deck was.
Like I say, I mean, it's a cool looking SR. Again, Swap's in a weird place. I feel like Swap's going to get more support in future. I think this is laying a groundwork. It's the same thing with Vegeta's lineage.
Yeah,
which is
it feels weird. It feels like they're giving them something totally different than the deck always wanted to do. Because the deck initially was about playing that Height of Mastery, right? The H drop.
Get to Height of Mastery, win. but I feel like they're trying to open it up to more. Like, there's a lot of
It's a
emphasis on 5 drops,
different
which we'll
gameplay.
see
Yeah,
later.
there's a support for 5, which we should see soon.
There he
Uh,
is.
Next one is Kaioken Son Goku, a heavy toll, which is a 5-drop that has swap 8 for 4. As double strike, 25,000 power, which is a good power.
That's a nice baseline start, right? I feel like that's strong.
Activate main, switch one of your Goku's lineage leader to active mode, then negate the skill for the game. Goku had double strike, or could get double strike or something.
The SS4.
It started like ape.
Uh,
We can't see your wall.
I know, but I can read it. When this card attacks, draw a card. Permanent when your life is less
or
than or
less.
equal to your opponent's.
Oh.
This card gains +5 and critical.
So you can get critical, you can restand your leader, which is I guess fine. And then you can swap this, goes back to your hand if you can replay it cheaply. There is
I don't think that's a terrible strategy.
That's not a terrible strategy. The problem is that it's a 5-drop. You play the 5-drop. The best way to play a 5-drop is with that 4-drop.
That's true.
You still play 4 energy. I would rather go into Path to Greatness, which is I play on 3, and then I still draw a card from it.
Yeah, that's true. The leader swing isn't once per turn, so you could get 2 draws off of it. So
Okay. So yeah,
not terrible.
There is
Combine it
something.
with 10 times Kamehameha. There's
Yeah.
strategies with it, and I can't hate that they're trying to take swap in a different direction.
Just hope that they're going to give them a proper support in the future, because this
Yeah.
just doesn't feel... Without Bardock, the deck doesn't feel like it's doing enough.
Yeah, like they really need to put a 1-drop in the
Yeah.
place of Bardock. Grandpa Gohan's not terrible,
But
but
it also doesn't do anything.
yeah.
Now we have the SR that really leans into that 5-drop. Pan the
I
Courageous
really like-
Youth.
I really like this card, and it's not just because it's Pan. She also has the heroine tag, which is nice. So she's a 0-5 combo, 19k power, which is cool. Deflect, so you know its effect is on
At
play.
least she's going to resolve, right?
Yeah. When this card is played using swap, choose up to 1 Goku's lineage card from your deck, and up to 1 Goku's lineage card from your hand, each with different card names and energy costs of 5. Play them with their keyword skills negated for the turn. Then shuffle your deck if you look through it. This is huge.
So you can't activate the swap the turn you activate this. They don't have double strike, triple strike, critical, barrier, blocker, deflect, etc.
But you put 2 5Ks on board.
5-drops, yes. One needs to be from your hand, one needs to be from your deck.
Yes.
And they need to be exactly 5.
I mean, but that puts you on 10. So if you have Scrambling Assault Gohan, you could sell X.
Yeah. Oh god, don't tell me that Goku's lineage is getting a dedicated successor on 10.
Oh,
Or
that is-
15.
oh.
Or I could imagine successor on 15 dedicated to Goku's lineage.
You know what? I wouldn't be able to hit on that though if it was Successor 15.
It could be without a cost, but it would state that you need to use cards that have Goku's lineage to summon it.
Yeah, I'd be on board with that if it was like a SS. I mean, it won't be, but SS4 Limit Break would be perfect
Yeah,
for that.
something like that.
And then obviously it has the auto one energy, doesn't matter which color. When this card is used in the combo from your hand with a heroine card in your
Heroine.
leader area or battle area, that card gets plus 5k power and double strike, so it becomes a 10k double strike, so it's a champer.
But only for heroines. So it has one full swap for Goku's lineage and one for heroines.
It's nice. I really like it. I said this in our group chat. I really like it. And there's not much more to say on it really. Like the 5-drop swap thing. If we're gonna see more 5-drop swaps, and like that be the baseline for endgame.
Well, we have seen the 5-drop that swaps into 8 again.
Is the Gohan a 5-drop, the rare from set 4? I remember
No, the
review
5-drop was Goku.
Was it? Okay.
Gohan was 4-drop, I think, or 3-drop.
What about the Dash promo?
You're asking
'Cause
me. I think there
Source
was
of
2
Power
Gokus that was 5-drops that were going into 8-drops.
Source of Power was free, right? free energy.
I
DPP promo.
I
In
have
fact, actually, no, I've got the. Oh, I don't have that poster on me. I have the set poster, not the.
I mean, I
tournament
can
pack
look it up
poster.
for you if you want to.
Yeah, just 5. Goku's lineage 5 cost. But
I'm
yeah,
just going to
I
find
really,
all of the Goku's lineage.
I mean that makes sense. I like swaps. Like I said, it's in a weird place, and like I was never a swap player, but this new stuff kind of makes me interested in playing it. Like it might not be optimal and it might not be the like meta worthy, but it gets me interested in an archetype that I was never interested in playing. So I guess. Oh wait, is the SS4 a 5 drop from the starter deck?
Possibly. So 5 drop, there is an abrupt breakthrough Son Goku.
Don't remember what that one is.
Activate the skill when one of your Goku's lineage with cost 5 or more is removed. If you have no cards in battle area, you may play this card from your hand.
Is that the one with the ape?
No, that's not the ape.
Oh, okay. I can't. I'll
That's
let
that's
you
the rare from the set 4.
Cannot remember.
Then we have Super Saiyan Son Goku, which is just 3-drop barrier with swap 4 for 2 energy.
I remember that one.
2-drop Goku with swap 3 for 2 energy. Another 2-drop Goku with swap 2 for 1 energy and discarding a card. 5-drop with the ape. You may not play this card from any area unless your leader is Son Goku GT.
I feel like they're setting up the Goku GT.
But he's the searcher, that's the searcher. When you play this card, you search for Goku's lineage with cost 5 or less, other than the Golden Ape from your deck and add it to your hand.
Not terrible. I actually don't hear that. Because I can find Pan.
Another Goku GT is 4-drop, swaps into 5, barrier, at the end of your turn untap. There's 1-drop Kakarot, that's Goku's lineage.
Oh yeah, just Kakarot, right?
Yeah. Gohan is a 4-drop, barrier, when you play this card with swap, draw 2 cards. There's another Gohan, that's a 2-drop with barrier. Then we have Goten, which is when you combo with this card, gets plus 10k combo power. Super Combo Pan, which is a 4-drop, swaps into 5. And it's being stopped by the original Cronoa.
Lol. I remember that. Like, Cronoa stops Shigesh, it also stops Pan.
Yeah. Ox King, which gives all your cards barrier. He's Goku's lineage. Sure. Chi-Chi is Goku's lineage.
I never noticed that.
Videl, 2-drop, Grandpa Gohan, Goku Jr. And then we have the cards from this set. Oh no, there's the starter deck. That's
is
the
it 5?
Leader. There's 3-drop Bardock.
There's the Gohan.
When this card attacks, you may draw one card.
Oh, double strike, right?
Yeah. That's that one. 5-drop Goku, 25,000, barrier, double strike. When you play this card, if your leader card is Goku's lineage, you KO one of your opponent's battle cards. That's actually quite good.
Yeah, so...
This one is decent. The SS4 is a 5-drop as well. Activate main once per turn, choose one card in your life, add it to your hand. Oh, but it can't gain triple strike because all of the keyword skills are negated by Pan.
Yeah, but if you're wanting to bring yourself down to that threshold to get the crit on the leader...
you can still crit you. You can still take your life.
Yeah, and you can also use that other Goku's effect, the activate main, to restand. So I think there's something there. I genuinely think there's something there.
Yeah,
I don't know what, but
there is something.
Also, if I can play that, because that SS4 has some of the best artwork in the game, so I'm really excited for it. I'm excited to see what this does, and Pan enables that. So let's move on to our next card, Peter. Because we spoke about
I'm just
Pan
finishing on the promos. Yeah,
we'll talk about Pan and Swap for a long time, but what's next?
Next we have Death Blaster. People were losing their marbles over this card.
It's like a Bloodlust and a Crusher Ball had a baby.
No, it's not. It's literally for one leader only. I can't imagine any other leader being able to use this card, besides the Mecha Frieza.
I also can't imagine another leader using it. I also don't think it's that strong. I mean, it's strong, but it's not that strong.
It's strong, but it ain't called Bloodlust in Mecha Frieza.
Yeah.
It's not free on the front side.
Nope.
It has additional cost. Okay, so let's run through the card. If you lead a card and all of your energy are mono yellow, and you send 2 mono yellow extra cards with cost 1 or more, other than this card from your drop to your warp, the battle card being played is played in rest mode with its skills negated for the turn. So someone said to me that, oh, Mecha Frieza can play this for free. Yeah, when they're awakened, so they're already under 4 life.
Yeah, I just don't see it being used. I mean, it'll be in the deck because
It will be in the deck, but I think even if it's going to be at the 4-offs, I think you're going to see it used once, twice a game, just to see it.
Yeah, it'll be used to stop something, a threat, but we've kind of moved past it. Like, I still arguably would run the one-off Crusher called Bloodlust because it's better.
Yeah, because you can, on the front side, you can use it for free. You don't have that additional cost.
I get the hype. I understand it. I think it's... it could be great, but I just don't see it right now.
Again, there's only one leader that can use it. Cold Bloodlust had an issue that it could be used in many different colors, because the moment a leader was announced with Frieza's army tag on it...
Oh, is it Frieza's army?
Frieza's army.
Okay.
It was Frieza's army because Broly could use it.
I always get them confused.
Because Broly could use it. The
Green Broly. Yes. Green Broly using Cold Bloodlust. Free energy, one of them yellow. Guess what's going to come?
Yeah, exactly. They were playing Avenging... the Frieza's army and Cold Bloodlust. Those were the yellow cards.
Yeah.
So... And that was fine. And that was the issue. That's why Cold Bloodlust got limited. Ultimately. Because even bad leader would be considered playable if it was in the right color with Frieza's army tag.
Yeah, I mean, would Cold Bloodlust stop a lot of the new counter negates?
No, really?
No, because their autos are already pending, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. Which counter negates?
Trunks.
I know it wouldn't... wait. Toppo would still negate the first attack. The auto wouldn't resolve. Cold Bloodlust would be stopping the autos.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's about that. Bloodlust is still strong.
Yeah,
if the card doesn't have the flag, you can just stop whatever it's doing on play. And that's what's strong about it.
It's something to ponder.
I think Bloodlust is fine where it is because it was too viable, too cheap. Same as Battering Laser.
It should never be at 4 again, ever.
No.
So yeah, Death Blaster is what it is.
Your worst nightmare. 2 cost, 2 specified, yellow. Activate main. If your leader card is mono yellow and you have 3 or more energy, choose up to 1 yellow Frieza card with Mecha in its card name and an energy cost 4 in your hand and play it. You can't activate main skills on copies of this card for the turn. Clan of Terror, anyone?
It's literally what I was thinking. Oh, I get to look at your hand.
Yeah.
Give me that info, please.
I think this would be quite interesting to unclog Traitor Dende as well.
It's definitely a thought that I had. Whether it is viable, I'm not entirely sure. I only have one more thing to say on it. The artwork for this card's amazing, and it's a redrawn scene from the manga. So,
is it?
Yeah. I got some confirmation on that because I went and was like, "This card's amazing," and then I was informed that it was a redrawn panel from the manga. So
that's fun.
Some trivia there. I don't think I'd get in trouble for telling you that one.
And the last one is Frieza Army Reinforcements.
There's just something about this, and I don't know whether it's like a PNG placement issue or what. I just love how it's all of the jabronis from the Frieza's army, and they're all trying to look menacing, and they just don't. They just don't.
But, so this one plays Frieza's army token. We finally know why Frieza's army token exists.
We got the answer.
It gets 10,000 power blocker, no combo power. That's that. And
it is what it is.
Yeah. And you can, if you have 5 or less life, you can activate this by taking a life to your hand.
Which is not sparking like I remember when I first said it was sparking, and I was like, no, that's not how sparking works, Scott.
Sparking, you need to have 5 cards in your
the drop barrier.
Yeah. And also used to self-awaken, but yeah.
is that our final card?
That is the final card of the
I
day.
think I'm confident here with saying this is an A minus for me. I like a lot of what they're doing. I don't think it works as well as I hoped it would, but like I said with that swap thing, I'm interested in playing a deck I was never interested in playing, and it also lets me play SS4 cards, and we all know SS4 is the best form. Don't at me, Peter. I'm curious about you because I feel like you're in a B situation.
Yeah,
here.
I am, because that swap just feels way too out of place. As much as we have seen a lot of good support for the old archetypes already in the other three colors, and very interesting initial new archetype. Here we had only support for the old things. Essentially, Android 13 was nothing new.
That's fair.
I'm not convinced. I think it is going to be B. It's a strong B. It's nothing. It's nothing to write home about. I think that where are the yellow archetypes that could use support?
Oh, for sure. I do
Rather
not
than
disagree
Mecha
with that.
Frieza, I would be more happy to see support for Chilled's army.
I was going to say that's like the one thing that came to my mind was I'd have loved to see some chilled support here.
Yeah,
Or
support.
even-
Mecha Frieza
Or-
didn't need more support. It's already
or
a good
even
deck.
more.
Sorry?
I mean, it might be recency bias because we're still in that Union Force phase. Looking at the old cooler and free chilled cards makes me really happy and would like to see them come back in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, there are other yellow choices that I would have liked to see. But I feel like yellow swap has always got a place in this card game. I feel like it's been enough time where people can get nostalgic for it, but they're doing it in a different way that I don't think everyone's expecting.
I
And like
still
said-
would like to see a one drop. A one drop that's not Grandpa Gohan. That's what the swap needs. A one drop that actually does something.
I 100% agree with you. I feel like having only Grandpa Gohan as the one drop limits the archetype because you've only got 4 cards. Granted, you have a 0-cost searcher that will guarantee you find your Grandpa Gohan, but it's like...
But then that Grandpa does nothing. Like,
Exactly.
literally, it does nothing.
It's swap, and does it have blocker?
It has blocker, that's the only thing
Yeah,
it
but you're not
has.
going to block with it.
Yeah, exactly, because you want it as your engine.
Exactly. So I feel like a one drop would have been perfect for this. But we can nitpick it all
I
we
mean-
want.
Broly has a one drop that plays a card from your deck.
Yeah, that's very true. And we know how strong Broly Swap is. Maybe they're just gun shy. Maybe it's laying a foundation. Like I mentioned earlier, Vegeta's lineage is set up in this
Yeah.
set. It's not realized, I think is a better way of putting it.
Hopefully they're not going to discard the idea, like we have seen them starting on, for example, Yellow Lord Slack and then just discarding the idea.
That's true. Although I am very confident that Vegeta's lineage is going to see some more in the future.
Well,
Um,
we'll see when we get there, right?
Yeah, so overall, B from you, A minus from me. Like I say, I think realistically it's a B plus, but the idea of swap making me want to play it pushes it into that A minus for me. Because yeah, and I think that's it. So guys, let us know what you think of the yellow reveals. Let us know your grades in the comments below. If you like this series, give it a like. If subscribe, we have plenty of content coming in the coming weeks. We have on Mondays, the history of Dragon Ball Super Card Game, where you can see Storm inevitably ruin one of our lives.
Oh yeah, that's going to be fun.
That's going to be a fun episode. Peter, any final thoughts?
You just reminded me that Storm was a thing.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're not going to sleep tonight. So thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.